I know this is like the fifth video that you guys have seen of me. And I'm sorry. I am just um reading to help you guys move along faster. Um so no worries. It's okay. Stick with me. All right. We are right here. Uh when she says we both wondering just who did win. So you see this part where I'm highlighting? This is where I'm starting. So make sure you reading along. Okay. I can hear old Beanstalk arguing with the man on the loudspeaker. Who is old Beanstalk? Who else did she call Beanstalk earlier in the book? Her teacher, the man that wanted her to lose the brace on purpose. I can hear old Beanstalk arguing with the man on the loudspeaker and then a few others running their mouths about what the stopwatches say. Then I hear Raymond yanking at the fence to call me, and I wish to shush him. But he keeps rattling the fence like a gorilla in a cage, like in them gorilla movies. But then, like a dancer or something, he starts climbing up nice and easy, but very fast. And it occurs to me, watching how smoothly he climbs hand over hand and remembering how he looks running with his arms down to his side and with the wind pulling him back, his mouth back and his teeth showing and all, it occurred to me that Raymond would make a very fine runner. Doesn't he always keep up with me on my trouts? And he surely does know how to breathe in counts of 7 because he always doing it at the dinner table, which drives my brother George up the wall. And I'm smiling to beat the band because if I've lost this race, or if me and Gretchen tied, or even if I won, I can always retire as a runner. If somebody retire, that means they stop doing what they're doing. So retire as a runner and begin a whole new career as a coach with Raymond as my champion. After all, with a little more study, I can beat Cynthia and her phony self at the spelling bee. And if I bug my mother, I could get piano lessons and become a star. And I have a big rep as the baddest thing around. And I've got a room full of ribbons and medals and awards. But what has Raymond got to call his own? So think about who she's thinking about right now. Is she thinking about herself still? Or is she thinking about her brother? So I stand there with my new plans, laughing out loud by this time as Raymond jumps down from the fence and runs over with his teeth showing and his arms out to his side, which no one before him has quite mastered as a running style. And by the time he comes over, I'm jumping up and down, so glad to see him. My brother Raymond, a great runner in the family tradition. But of course, everyone thinks I'm jumping up and down because the men on the loudspeaker have finally gotten themselves together and compared notes and are announcing in first place, Miss Hazel Elizabeth Deborah Parker. Dig that. In second place, Miss Gretchen P. Lewis. And I look over at Gretchen wondering what the P stands for. And I smile, because she's good. No doubt about it. Maybe she'd like to help me coach Raymond. She obviously is serious about running, as any fool can see. And she nods to congratulate me, and then she smiles. And I smile. We stand there with this big smile of respect between us. It's about as real a smile as girls can do for each other, considering we don't practice real smiling every day, because maybe we too busy being flowers or fairies or strawberries instead of something honest and worthy of respect. You know, like being people. So just think about how she's been, like from the beginning of the story, how was her and Gretchen's relationship, and then think about how she is at the end, right? Like, is she all right with Gretchen? Like, how's she feeling about Gretchen now after she's raced her, and then she finally gets to see, like, oh, she's a good runner, right? And at the beginning, think about her relationship with her brother, and then at the end, it's like, man, she's really paying a lot of attention to him. So that's all I want you guys to think about while I was reading, while you were reading along. Like, think about all the events that happened in the story from the beginning all the way into the end. And that is the end of the text. So tomorrow, we will still talk about the same text, but the story is over. Love you guys.